Good day, everyone. My name is CM2181, an engineering student in the telecommunications program, and today I have a short presentation for you on my recommendation report for the course CM2181. My topic is on rural Wi-Fi. So, how's everyone's internet connection at home? Pretty good, right? Granted, it's a little bit slower right now just because everyone's working at home, but still good. Well, what if you couldn't work on your research or anything that you're working at home just because the Wi-Fi is a little slower? What if you couldn't communicate with your colleagues, friends, family because you're disrupted by poor connection? Well, this is exactly how people in the rural areas live. This is exactly the problems that they face, and that's what I want to talk about today in my report. First, I will show the possible solutions available for broadband connection, and then I will introduce you the criteria that I have chosen to which I can compare these solutions to. And this will determine each one's pros and cons, and therefore determine which one is the best option that I can pick. And this will be shown in the selection matrix later on. And then I will be able to present to you which option I can recommend. So let's begin. These are my recommendations: DSL, digital subscriber line, satellite, WiMAX, and cellular mobile. As you can see in this figure here, these four options are the best high-speed internet for rural areas as of 2020. So this is updated and they're all upgraded. In the next slide, I will show you the criteria. These are my criteria that I've chosen: cost, data capture, and network speed. Obviously, it's all important to include these three. We want to be having the best cost, not too expensive, but not too cheap, where we are compromised. Data capture is important because we want to have the best megabits for our cost, and obviously network speed. Everyone wants to have quick Wi-Fi, but we don't want to compromise any of our data capture or our cost. So these are the three that I've chosen for this specific report. Had I been given more time, I would have also included infrastructure investment and availability, just because I think that these are important. Availability because obviously not every broadband connection option is available in every state or every country, and so this is important to look into. And infrastructure investment is included because the investment of each one of these options will obviously cost money, and so this is included in this figure, but I've not included it in this report just because of the whole time and resources issue. In the next slide, I will talk about why these things are important. So, this will benefit people residing in rural regions. This will upgrade their available internet to the best speed and the best reach, and this will provide the users a means to expand their business. We don't appreciate the benefits that good Wi-Fi gives us because it is ready for us all the time. The government upgrades and continuously updates our connections here, but for those in the rural regions, they don't get as quick of an upgrade as we do. Let's discuss our options using this selection matrix. Here on our left is all of our criterion, and up here are all of our possible solutions. Let's look at cost first. So these costs will be looked at with dollars in mind, just because this research was conducted in the United States. So all of the consensus that we have in this report will be based on the United States. We can tell here that we have ranges for all three of these options, and that's because it depends on the package that you buy for each one of them. It could be per month, per 3 months, per year, but for DSL, it's a standard price. You pay $49 and that is that. So from this, I can deduce that cost has the best option so far. For data capture, we can see that DSL has 1 terabyte, WiMAX offers 150 to 250 gigabytes, 40 to 150 gigabytes for satellite, and 15 to 20 gigabytes for cellular. We have the smallest amount of data capture for 15 to 20, and the largest for 1 terabyte. Now, because we're looking at options to use for rural areas, we want to have a bigger option. We want to give the biggest data capture for our users, just because we don't know how much they will need, and we don't want to compromise them because it's already hard for the internet to reach to them. So once we give it to them, we want to give them the best option possible. And for me, that would be data capture for DSL, which is 1 terabyte. As for network speed, DSL and satellite have pretty much the same speeds of up to 100 megabits per second, and WiMAX and cellular mobile are up to the same range of up to 15 megabits per second and up to 4G LTE. 4G LTE is roughly between 50 to 100 megabits per second. So the next slide will show us our best option that we can pick from all these possible solutions. This is a summary of our findings using the selection matrix. DSL proves to be the best option in all given criterion, may this be cost, data capture, or network speed. It's the most affordable at $49 flat. This doesn't increase per month, per year, or per any package. It has the largest data capture of 1 terabyte, and it has the fastest network speed. This will cater to all of its user needs. It doesn't compromise any of our users, whether they want to use this for social media, whether they want to use this for their business, whether they want to use this for gaming or research. It doesn't compromise any of their needs, so it's very inclusive. Therefore, we can conclude that our recommended option for broadband connection in rural areas is the digital subscriber line, or DSL. It is the best option because of all the aforementioned reasons: best cost, best data capture, and best speed. I have one limitation for this report that I have not included the availability and the infrastructure investment that I have mentioned before. I have not included these criterion just because of lack of time and also lack of resources. However, had I been given more time and resources, I would have definitely included these because they will change somewhat the results that we will receive. Because availability will tell us that some options will not be available in certain regions or countries, and infrastructure investment could be different for each one of our options. One could cost more and have more materials, and one could cost less. Regardless of that, this is the conclusion that I have for today's report. And here are my references. Here are the references that I used for this report. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time.